Atomic Blonde. Atomic Blonde is a upcoming thriller slash spy movie that comes out next Friday. It stars Charlize Theron James McAvoy, and this movie good. I'm gonna say, guys, this movie was a pretty decent movie. This movie reminded me of Salt meets Jason Bourne, but a little bit more kick-ass than Salt and a little bit more structure than Jason Bourne, more or less. Well, around that nice even line. I went to this movie pretty much just like, okay, chick from Fate of the Furious. I liked her in that movie because she was really manipulative. She was real calm, cool, collective. So I'll still get the job done. Now she's gonna be in her own solo movie, and will this be good? The movie itself, it was pretty decent enough movie that's gonna come out. One of those like July movies that just comes out toward the end of July, like last year was Nerve. At the end of the day, it's still pretty decent enough movie. With that being said, let's go to the pro the con. I believe that Atomic Blonde, it comes out next Friday. If this is kind of your cup of movie, you want to see a nice kick-ass spy thriller movie, this might be the movie for you. Here's why. Right about adding to the movie, I'm going to say the two main people worth talking about is, of course, Charlize Theron and James McAvoy. They were pretty good in the movie. I like their characters in the movie because they were the most interesting ones on screen and everything. James McAvoy is clearly crazy James Professor Rick McAvoy. But he reminded me of one of the other 23 personalities that was in Split. Remember that movie? It was like that. It was like, yeah. And it looked like he had fun doing what he was doing on camera and everything. So you have fun watching him too. He's really slick dialogue and everything. How he just kind of kicks ass. Yeah. I've been kicking ass. Charlize Theron. This girl was dynamite. She was getting it done. Again, cool, collective, you know, she didn't really display that much emotion like she's a robot and everything. But when it's time to kick ass to get the job done, she got the job done. For that, yeah. And John Goodman's also in the movie too. That's just like worth noting. He's in it just to be in it because he was like, well, I got to be in something this year. So why not be Atomic Blonde? Well, the movie is pretty simple enough. I'll just say pretty much you have Atomic Blonde. I can't think of her character's name right now, but you have her pretty much in Berlin. Pretty much got to find this list, this government comeuffin, and she got to find it before it gets into the hands of the bad guys, and all hell breaks loose. And yeah, you heard this plot before. MI6 agent got to go find this government comeuffin before it falls to the wrong hands, and all hell breaks loose. And there you go. That's your movie, more or less. First, the movie, I'm going to say that the movie is very stylistic. Like the music that plays in this movie, it's like probably on par with Guardians of the Galaxy. Like it's good time when action scenes and scenes are going down. There's a soundtrack playing with it, and that made the scene more engaging. Make you be like, what the hell, yeah. In fact, there was an action scene in the movie, and the song that was playing in it, I was just like, you know what? I want to go download that song. Don't know what it is, but makes me want to download it. Speaking of the action in the movie, oh my god, when she kicks ass, she kicks ass. Now, there's something about seeing a woman on screen that just beats the living shit out of a dude or something that makes me be like, that's a little bit more for me. I know this is a man's world, but when a girl can just go out there and get kicked some ass like a dude, that does it for me. Even though she was getting her ass kicked in some scenes, but she was just hitting back harder. She was like John Wick, or more like Jane Wick. Her action scenes, good in the movie. We had any concept about the movie, the fact that it does have pacing issues. Like maybe the first 2 acts of the movie is kind of like, okay, you know, things are happening, the action scene, then, you know, 10, 20, 30 minutes, okay, nothing's really happening, it's just dialogue. Then action scene, and then, okay, another little dialogue, whatever, I'm checking out of it. Pacing in the movie is kind of choppy, and it doesn't make for like a, okay, I'm checking out of the movie. But it makes up for it in the last half of the movie. Like that third act is when everything just picks up, it all comes together, and I will say the ending of the movie, the way it ends and wraps up, it ends on a twist that makes you be like, oh, you know what, that's actually a little bit better than what I thought I was going to get. Kudos, movie. And at the end of the day, I had a good time with Atomic Blonde. I feel like it's one of those thriller spy movies that you'll probably watch and just be like, you know what, that was surprisingly good. Surprised it didn't suck. Charlize Theron, James McAvoy, they were good in the movie. The action movie was great. The music in the movie was great too. A little bit of pacing issues here and there, but overall, it's a surprisingly good movie. Surprisingly. That being said, I'm going to say that Atomic Blonde is indeed a 7 out of 10, which is worth seeing at matinee. And as always, guys, subscribe. Until next time.
Here they come.